Here in Britain, Winston Churchill was infuriated by Gandhi's cheek and resigned in protest from the government.
Churchill saw the irritating little man in a loincloth as the beginning of the end for the British Empire. And nothing he said has worn quite as badly as his description of Gandhi as a seditious Middle Temple lawyer posing as a half-naked fakir. He said he'd like to see Gandhi bound, laid in the dust outside Delhi, and trampled upon by the Viceroy, riding an elephant.
But now, to Churchill's horror, here he was having round-table talks with the British government. While the talks were going on, Gandhi toured the country, visiting unemployed mill workers in Lancashire.
Oh, he looks a likely lad.
On November the 5th, Gandhi was invited to tea with King George V at Buckingham Palace. The king was most unhappy.
I tell you what it is, Mr. Gandhi, the king blurted out. I'm not having any of your damned interference in my empire. Gandhi replied very calmly, I must not be drawn into political discussion with your majesty while I am receiving your majesty's hospitality. As he was leaving the palace, he was asked by journalists if he felt properly dressed for the occasion. Oh, it was fine, said Gandhi. The king was wearing enough for both of us.
Gandhi left Britain, as eventually his country would too. Elsewhere, new empires were rising.
Meine deutschen Arbeiter, ich erklärte, das deutsche Volk hat nur einen Wunsch.
In 1933, Adolf Hitler was elected Chancellor of Germany. He immediately began a massive expansion of the country's industrial production. In Italy, Benito Mussolini, or Il Duce, was planning the invasion of Abyssinia. In Britain, we had a different sense of national destiny. Let's look the other way, vote for dull politicians and keep our fingers crossed. And after all, there were other distractions.
I've tasted their waffles and corn on the cob, but give me some hot pot straight hot. Are you dreaming? Come on.
None bigger, none louder than Britain's very own superstar of the talkies, Gracie Fields. This was a great age of film, and Gracie was, by far, the most popular entertainer in Britain.
Even her director, Basil Dean, seemed puzzled by her success, what he called her almost freakish drawing power. Gracie's personality literally bounces off the screen, he wrote. Queen Mary wondered how it was possible that she sang so beautifully while at the same time making those rough noises. Our Gracie was born Gracie Stansfield in 1898 above a chip shop in Rochdale, Lancashire. She escaped the cotton mills with a career in music hall, and by the time she was 25, she was a household name. In 1934, she appeared in the box office hit Sing As We Go.
the story of a mouthy mill worker called Gracie Platt.
Well, Grace, this lot's knocked the song and dance out of you.
Oh, no, it hasn't, Longface. Come on, lads and lasses, let's leave the mill in good style. Sing as we go. Sing as we go, and let the world go by. Singing a song along the highway. A song and a silence, and life's worthwhile, so sing.
When she hears she's going to lose her job in the Depression, Gracie takes it on the chin. If we can't spin, we can still sing, she insists, as she warbles her way out of the factory gate and off into an uncertain future. She gets on her bike and ends up here in Blackpool, where she tries various jobs. She's a waitress,
Oh, no, Eddie. You haven't said how you do to me yet.
a spiritualist,
Your astral form is very visible to me. It's bright red. I feel the radiation's coming through to me at once.
and a vendor of crunchy, wunchy toffee here on the seafront.
This is sixpence a packet, crunchy wunchy toffee.
After a series of adventures, Gracie returns triumphantly to the reopened factory. Fairy tale or not, this is probably the worst film I have ever seen. But in the 1930s, Britain lapped it up.
One critic at the time wrote, "In the cinema, there is too much sex appeal. But the performance of Gracie Fields brings a breath of fresh air. This helps keep the right spirit of England together. Clean living and a total absence of anything unnatural. Except, of course, the unnatural appeal of Gracie Fields herself. In history, not everything can be explained."
The worldwide fascist movement has made a new advance in Germany. They have reached power after polling over 17 million votes in a general election. And we believe that Britain will be the next country to give fascism a chance.
In 1932, Oswald Mosley was ready for his next costume change. He launched the British Union of Fascists. Fundraising for his new party, Mosley approached the businessman Israel Seif, who'd later run Marks and Spencer's. Seif obligingly organised a dinner for a dozen business leaders.
In what must be one of the most cack-handed attempts at political fundraising in British history, Mosley told Israel Seif and the assembled gathering that a political party must capitalise on emotion and have a hate plank. And today, he said, the best hate plank is the Jews. Realising that this might be just a little tactless, Mosley hastily added, "Of course, this doesn't apply to Jews like you, Israel." Seif said nothing, but rang his bell to alert the butler that Mosley would be leaving. "But I haven't finished my brandy yet," spluttered Mosley. "Charles, Sir Oswald is leaving."
And Mosley struggled, while fascists overseas were holding vast military rallies and making plans to invade other countries. The British Blackshirts spent quite a lot of time frolicking at the seaside. In organised camps, they could learn about party principles, practice boxing, relax in the sun, or take a bracing dip. Fascism on sea. As ever, Mosley was busy flirting, but not with women this time. No, newspaper tycoons instead.